Iranian and U.S. officials say a deal to end the West Asia war is now closer than ever. Even mediator Pakistan has expressed optimism that a deal is within reach. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas shared the details of the deal. Speaking to Iranian state media, Araghchi said that the deal will be done in 2 stages. The interim deal would include reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and ending the war on the Lebanese front, while the nuclear issue and lifting of sanctions on Iran will be discussed in the second stage when a final agreement is reached.
These negotiations, which will lead to the end of the war, are envisioned in 2 stages. The first stage is a memorandum of understanding to be signed between Iran and the United States. Then, negotiations for the second stage will begin, and subsequently, in the second stage, we will have a final agreement. We postponed the nuclear issue to the final agreement for various reasons, as it was truly impossible to discuss it under current circumstances. The demands they had were in no way acceptable.
Araghchi also made it clear that Iran will continue to exercise some form of control over the Strait of Hormuz, while U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly demanded that shipping through the strait return to pre-war status. Araghchi stressed that traffic through Hormuz will never be as it was in the past.
This is the serious decision of the Islamic Republic of Iran, that the future of the Strait of Hormuz, the future of the management of the Strait of Hormuz, will no longer be as it was in the past. When I say the future of management, it is because our sovereignty has always existed, exists now, and will always exist. No one can challenge Iran's sovereignty over this strait, of course, with Oman. But whether the management of this strait, the management of the traffic in this strait, will be as it was in the past, it will certainly not be as it was in the past.
The Iranian foreign minister rejected yielding to any pressure or threat from the U.S., saying that Tehran never succumbs to pressure. He also accused Israel of attempting to sabotage the deal. Now, separately, top Iranian negotiator and parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf has called the U.S. to honor commitments made in the deal. In a post on X, Ghalibaf wrote that there should be no ifs and buts, and commitments made must be kept by the U.S. And while as the 2 sides inch closer to a deal, the Swiss Foreign Ministry has said it is in contact with both the U.S. and Iran and has proposed Switzerland as the venue for a possible signing of the deal. Well, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has also confirmed that a final agreed-upon text of the peace deal has been reached. According to Iranian news agency IRNA, after an initial agreement, Iran and the U.S. will further hold 60 days of talks with focus shifting on talks on Iranian nuclear program and uranium enrichment. And while Med news agencies said that the deal would also see the release of $24 billion in frozen Iranian assets. However, this completely contradicts statements coming from U.S. officials. A senior White House official who spoke to AFP has said that Iran had agreed to dismantle its nuclear program, destroy its enriched uranium stockpile, and reopen Hormuz. The official also said that no frozen assets will be returned until Iran honors these commitments. The U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance has also said that Iran will not receive any cash or funds for simply signing a deal or attending a meeting. But he added that if Tehran meets its obligations, economic benefits will follow. Well, with both sides still offering different versions of what has been agreed and what has been left to the future negotiations, it remains to be seen if a deal is signed or it remains as elusive as ever. And to give us more details on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us a report from New York.
In Washington, attention is turning to whether or not a diplomatic solution can overcome the obstacles between Iran and the United States, and whether or not they can sign a deal. While President Trump says that a deal is close, still key issues remain, including the future of Iran's nuclear program, sanctions relief, and also the future of security arrangements in the region, notably the Strait of Hormuz. There's also the question on whether or not Israel will ultimately agree to all of the elements in a possible agreement. For now, negotiators are saying that they're closer than they have ever been in months to a deal, but key differences remain. And they are cautioning that a breakthrough is still not guaranteed. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.